Today is the November reading wrap-up. Even though November feels really far away, while yet it's only the 7th of December. I don't understand. It's just two very, very busy months. So yeah, if you're new here, hi, I'm Morgan. Thank you for clicking. I hope you enjoy this, and most importantly, you're encouraged to pick up these books that I'm going to talk about. Also subscribe, because that would be really fun. Now, let's talk about the stats and the books. For the books though, we had 2 that were above 4 stars, 2 that were just at 4 stars, and 4 that were between 3.5 and 4 stars. I'm going to change the way I do that next year, I think. And the kinds of books, we had 1 strictly physical, 2 just ebook, 3 physical audio mixed, and 2 ebook audio mixed. And of course the prompts, I'll tell you which prompts fit which books fit the readathon prompts of things that were happening last month for different readathons. The first book is going to have to be the one that didn't actually get read. So this was on my November TBR from the TBR game, but I had kind of time, but also I did technically start the audiobook for it, and just the vibe it was giving was not going to fit with the mood at that point. I'm not normally a mood reader, but it's just a very kind of serious book and bringing up topics of things, and I was like, I can't have the headspace for this right now with what's happening. So I was like, nope. But in this one, we follow a college student whose name I can't remember right now. She is at the architecture college though, and gets the opportunity to go renovate her favorite author's home. And when she gets there though, there's another student from the literature college, which actually she wanted to go to, but they don't accept women. They are trying to pretty much pick apart and prove that he's a fraud. Or prove that her favorite author is a fraud. I don't get why he's there. Just from the little bit I read at the beginning of the book, I don't get why he's there. But did not actually get into this because it would not jive with me then. We will come back to it though. We will come back, because something you don't hear from the description is that apparently there's a war going on between the city-state place where she is and their neighbor country. One of them is trying to take over the other. I think the other one is trying to take over them. And they're getting, acclimated. Tourism is still a thing. I don't understand, but that's this. Then we'll go in order. The first book being our November book club book of the month, which was Daughter of the Drowned Empire by Frankie Diane Malice. I did a full video review of this one, no spoilers, so feel free to watch this video here for all the details about this book. I really enjoyed it. It is a more romantasy. It's going to be a romantasy series. I feel like this one though doesn't lean into the romance very much. Things kind of happen in the background, It's a very slow burn type thing too. The author herself is like, I'm the queen of slow burn. Whole lots of stuff happening. Lots of political layers and stuff. Definitely check out this video because I don't want to take up too long in my review, but I loved it. This was the best book of the month. It was at 4.5 stars. The second best was very close though, but this one is the first in the Drowned Empire series, which so far has 2 more full novels, 1 novella, prequel, and she is working on the next one in the series. She said it plans to be a 7-book series with intermission novella things also. So really enjoyed this one. Highly recommend it. Definitely go check this out for all the details about it that I go really in depth into the magic system and all the things. The next one I read was a physical audio mix, but it had to go back to the library, so that is Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies. And this one fulfilled my November prompt of read a book with a winter setting for the year in Aurelia, because where she is, it is winter. Where Emily Wilde is, it takes place in a very snowy area, and also it's in the winter. But this book follows Professor Emily Wilde, who is great with research and academics and books, not so good with people at all. And she is gone to this country that I don't remember the name of to find about their hidden ones, because she is writing the world's first Encyclopedia of Fairies, like really detailed, going over all the different kinds. And she believes that the world of fairy is actually more interconnected and is not just separated so much like most people believe. She thinks it's more like ours, Everything's interconnected. People can go wherever they want. So that's her idea to prove it. But where she's there and she's trying to find these hidden ones that everybody there is kind of afraid of, but interacting with the locals is not going well for her. Enter her frenemy kind of colleague, Wintle Bramberley, who is great at charming the locals and not so great with field work. Like, he does it, but he doesn't like to be cold and dirty. Their interactions are wonderful. And I say frenemy because she considers him like a rival, right? And he considers Emily his dearest friend. And there is just adorable. So much. One thing more about that though is how cozy it is. I mean, everybody's like, it's so cozy. I'm not sure. Maybe my definition of cozy, or maybe how I feel about cozies, is a little different. I don't know. Because it was actually kind of dark. Cozy dark. However you wanted to take it, I guess. I was not prepared for the level of dark after everybody's like, cozy. Huh. We're rambling. We need to try not to ramble. Next was Nettle and Bone by T. Kingfisher. I was really looking forward to trying another one by her after Thornhedge and kind of liking that. This one was a 3.5 though. Everybody seems to like this book so much, and it was just okay. In this one though, we are following Mara, who is also the third princess in line, as she is going to try to save her sister, who is married this truly awful prince. And Mara though is a little simple. Like, it takes her a long time to pick up on things like the fact that her sister is in this really awful situation. But once she does, she's not okay with just letting things happen, keeping the status quo. She goes out of her way and puts herself in danger to be able to save her sister. And it was a very good story in that regard, and a good ragtag group of people coming together you wouldn't expect to be heroes. So the story wasn't bad. It wasn't great for me either. I'm not going to say too much about it because I don't want to say anything bad about it. I feel like there's more that should be said about it. But Nettle and Bone has been around for a while, so hopefully most of you have already heard about it, or can check out somebody else's better review that maybe liked it better. Next, I read and listened to The Luckiest Girl Alive by Jessica Knoll. This was a 4 stars, and this one really did go dark too. It's a thrillery book though, suspense things, and it's told in a split timeline where you're in a present with Ani, and then you're in her past in her high school, seeing what happened then and what really made her into this person that she is today, because there was some definitely traumatic things. She was also always striving though, like you see her in present, putting on this mask, this act. She needs to, get the rich husband. She needs to acquire this, live this life. While yes, that's a little bit what happened to protect her, make her feel safe and everything. Also though, she's just kind of always been like that, trying to be in the popular crowd, trying to be in the right tax bracket, stuff like that. It's partially her mother's fault. Even though she has no problem working, like she also wants to have this great job. She wants to be this sort of reporter, editor and thing. So she has her own dream. She doesn't just want to rely on somebody else's money. She wants the name and the money to kind of make her feel safe, and nobody's going to look at her and blame her or say things about her anymore because of this horrible thing that happened in her past. And through the book, you're slowly following Ani in both stages and figuring out what happened. There's clues in the present that kind of hints at what it was, while at the same time not. It's really thrown off just a little bit. And you find out one of the things, because it's multiple things actually, one of the things kind of in the middle of the book, and the other one you don't really know until later on, and then you're just like, oh my gosh. And yeah, so definitely check out the content warnings for this book. I thought it was really well done though. I liked it. A lot of people were like, it wasn't, I don't even remember what the negative reviews were like. They're just, I don't know, they're saying maybe she didn't have much depth or didn't have much growth. Wasn't exactly what it was about. It was more supposed to be about her, finally admitting her truth, her kind of healing, but not really showing how healing is a huge lifelong process, kind of. And just being okay with who you are again. And yeah, I'm happy with where Ani did end up at the end of the book. Another one that I did a whole review about would be The Light Struck by Sonia Mara. This is the conclusion to the Darkening duology. I think it wrapped up so good, and it opens up the possibility of the world so much. So even though this is the conclusion, maybe she'll continue to write in this world and just expand it with other characters and other things. Because the way that it worked, oh my goodness, this just was great. She looked at what happens after you save the world. Is it really saved? Or is there just more problems? It was great. And a character who's like the hero, but not feeling like the hero, not feeling like she was this person that everybody's making her out to be. The only problem would be that she did have kind of this character flaw that another character had in the first book, where they're trying to like take on everything, being like, I have to be the one to do everything. I really enjoyed this duology, had the whole video about it. Check that out for more information on these, because this was great. This series should have more hype behind it. And the book that took second place for the month is Bonesmith by Nikki Palparetto. I loved the magic system in this one, and our character, she's okay. I liked her enough. Which is Rin. We are following Rin, whose whole goal in life is to be a Valkyr, which are like the warriors of the House of Bone, which she's obviously the member of. But something goes wrong at her final initiation trial, and she is not allowed to become a Valkyr. Instead, she is sent to the breach wall to guard against pretty much the zombies. Because in this country, everyone who dies becomes a ghost of some sort. But on the other side of the wall, they become full-on body shuffling zombies. And the government has pretty much given up on them. Given up on that side and just built the wall to keep them out. And on this side, where they have the House of Bone, the reapers of their house will go and lay the spirits to rest in a normal fashion. So yeah, it's a very interesting system and politicals, and I liked our other characters a lot, like Prince Leo. He's a trip. Really enjoyed this one. The sequel comes out next year called Ghostsmith, and it's gonna be a duology again. So this is gonna be really cool, hopefully, if it turns out good. And then we have all these fantasy duologies they're wrapping up. So not long series, just a little series, but still good fantasy. Like, that one was really good. High hopes for this one to be really good as well. Next up, I read A Fellowship of Bakers and Magic by J. Penner. This was 3.75 stars. This was very cute. And food, oh my goodness, desserts. As our main character, Arletta Starstone, I think her last name is Starstone, is entered into a baking competition by her orc neighbor, because they have kind of like raised her since her parents died. And they believe in her, and they want her creations to, you know, more people to see them, because they're like, you are an incredible, incredible baker. But in this world full of magic, Arletta has none. And pretty much anybody without magic normally doesn't get to go to the competition or last very long. So she's never wanted to enter, because she's like, they won't let me in anyway. So her neighbor enters her without her knowing. She does get in, and events ensue as she is there, and she makes friends, and of course enemy kind of people's frenemies. And it was just adorable. And the foods, oh my goodness, the foods. The author does include 3 recipes at the back of the ebook, probably the physical book as well. There is a bit of a romance, there is, and this one where the guy kind of falls first, fated kind of thing. The romancy part was okay. I kind of liked the friendshipies more slightly, but she is doing another one following a secondary character, and we'll do the series like that. It's called the Aidenshire series, and I liked it though. I thought it was a cute, cozy read that was perfect around Thanksgiving when, you know, food. And the last book of the month was The Tea Dragon Society by Kay O'Neill. This was just a short little graphic novel, and I read this for the Library Dragons readathon that was started by Books to Ashes. And so this one, I did it to be able to pick my dragon's color, because you had to read a book with a dragon on it to start. And it has a dragon on it, it has a dragon in the name. And I think I'm going to go with the dark bushes color and just do like a hunter green dragon. Because it's a tiny book though. My dragon is going to be very tiny right now. And I think I'll let it grow over time though. Probably I'm going to use my character from the Magical Readathon here as well. So that would be then Kalicia, my scribe, has my little impling still from the readathon, and I named it Izzy finally. So Izzy brought me some stuff that they had found that they thought I needed, and with it was this little dragon egg. And from the egg came my tiny little hatchling that is this dark green color, whose name I have not decided on. I'm only going to use the Tea Dragon Society for this one, and then I will use a different one for its element, because I have a specific element that I want it to be. So I'm going to do that. The Tea Dragon Society though was so cute. Oh my goodness. I I don't remember the star I gave it though. I didn't do like a full review, I don't think, because it is just a little graphic novel, and it's about this little girl whose name I don't even remember, oh my gosh, but her parents are blacksmiths, and she kind of wants to continue to learn the blacksmithing trade to continue to pass it down, but she also runs into this person who raises tea dragons, and she learns the ancient art of that, and they're saying like not many people want to learn, and it's just a very sweet little found family situation there as well, and it was just so sweet, and I know it does continue, so maybe we shall continue reading those. I gave a really bad description of it, really bad description, but it's very short, it's very cute and sweet about finding friendship and finding what you want to do in life, and little dragons, little bitty dragons that grow tea leaves, and they have different temperaments versus what kind of dragon they are, and it's just so cute. If you haven't seen any of my other videos before, I did something new in November. I started a review blog to be able to do more of in-depth written reviews. I'm trying to still figure out the style I want to do with it. I feel really good though about the one I did for like the Bonesmith and one of the other ones. Just like, I think the Daughter of the Drowned Empire maybe, where I look at the world and the magic system really more, I don't know. Hopefully you guys might check it out. I know this is a video review thing, right? So you guys are here for videos, not reading. We all read though, this is about books, but not reading the reviews as much. I'm trying though to keep them spoiler free, though mostly maybe people only read book review blogs after they have read the books. I don't know, but I started one. So that is what I did. That was one of my big November projects, one of them. So if you do feel so inclined, maybe you could go check out the review blog. You don't have to, it's okay. It was an idea I'd been tinkering with. So that was my November. I would love to know what you read. What has ended up being your best book of the year? I put that up in the community, but I'll ask it here too, because I want to use it for next week's video. So submit your answers down below if you haven't yet. And I hope your November turned out great. Your December is starting off good. And yeah, thank you guys if you have stayed till the end of this video. Oh my goodness, thank you. Thank you guys always for being here. And if you haven't subscribed, please consider. That way we can reach 600 by the end of the year. We're so close. We're so close. Thank you always for being here and supporting the channel with comments and likes and subscribes. I hope you're finding something awesome to read today, and I'll see y'all in the next one.